Headlines have swept Western media with a specific claim: Pakistan is stepping up as an unlikely peacemaker in the Middle East, reportedly sidelining India's influence. Major prestige outlets have driven this global narrative, beginning with the BBC. The New York Times added its weight to the list of amplifiers pushing the same story. These reports describe Pakistan mediating high-stakes talks between the United States, Israel, and Iran to prevent a full-scale regional war. However, this global news narrative possesses 0% reality. These reports represent a coordinated, state-sponsored public relations campaign designed to manufacture the appearance of diplomatic relevance. To find the actual reality, we have to look at the perspective of the combatants themselves, starting with Iran. The Iranian government issued an official, on-camera denial regarding these claims. The Iranian Foreign Ministry explicitly confirmed it is not participating in any framework organized by Pakistan. A similar rejection came from Israel, the other primary party capable of validating any mediation. Israel views Pakistan as a long-term geopolitical threat, which disqualifies them from acting as a neutral party in any negotiation. Israel's special envoy went further, publicly mocking Pakistan's attempts to appear relevant in the conflict. The Israeli government officially stated they would instead prefer India to act as a mediator. The public rejection from both warring nations causes the mediation narrative to lose all standing as a credible diplomatic event. If the nations involved in the war reject the story, it raises a question: why is Pakistan spending massive resources to push this narrative globally? Pakistan is currently facing a severe internal political crisis, beginning with the imprisonment of their popular former leader, Imran Khan. The current military leadership, under Army Chief Asa Munir, is attempting to maintain control while facing deep domestic unpopularity. This flowchart maps the domestic motive. As internal instability rises, the regime diverts millions of dollars into foreign PR and lobbying firms to project an image of international competence to its own citizens. Part of this strategy involves attempting to buy political favor abroad, specifically targeting Donald Trump's crypto businesses. This peacemaker narrative functions as a psychological operation designed to artificially legitimize a struggling military regime at home. This raises a question for Western media. These highly resourced investigative outlets printed these claims without cross-referencing them with official sources in Israel or Iran. This trend is driven by engagement economics. Headlines featuring anti-India or pro-Pakistan keywords cause a massive upward spike in web traffic. This creates a heavy demand side. A massive global demographic actively consumes and shares content that portrays India's rivals in a positive light. Western outlets prioritize traffic and ad revenue, supplying these false narratives to capture that guaranteed engagement. The institutional consequence is a lack of accountability. Even after direct denials from the warring nations, outlets like the Washington Post rarely issue a retraction. Prestige media operates as a marketplace for geopolitical fiction, publishing content that guarantees high algorithmic engagement. The actual situation on the ground between Israel and Iran remains highly volatile, independent of these media reports. Geopolitical weight is the product of hard power and sovereign action, which cannot be purchased through international op-eds. Israel's actual strategic trajectory ignores Pakistan, focusing instead on long-term, self-reliant partnerships with established powers like India. Genuine diplomatic influence and peace-brokering capabilities cannot be fabricated by PR firms or engagement algorithms. To understand reality, you must ignore the noise of manufactured media headlines and strictly track the undeniable actions of sovereign nations on the ground.